So you've talked about onion cases, peeling
Yeah.
back layers of somebody's life to understand what they're carrying. Can you talk about that concept?
Yeah, I love the part about it's there's a complexity to everyone. And usually, we see somebody within the confines of how we interact. So I may see you as a colleague, I may see you as a friend, I may see you as your issue. But there's a complexity as to how you think, what your truth, what your experience, what you've been taught, things that you're intellectually grappling with, things that are in your personal backpack that you can't let go. And all those things feed into why you are who you are and why you did what you did and why you want to go where you're going. I think it's really I don't think we always have the patience to really kind of unpack some of that, peel back some of that onion, or as much as that person feels comfortable, to really understand. It's like, like I've worked with white supremacists and in a way in which we had mutual respect. And respect doesn't mean agreement. I can respect you as a person. I respect the fact that you have a position. I don't like it, and I don't think it's right, and I don't think it's fair. But I can certainly respect the fact that if you are raised with a steady diet of hate and mistrust and anger and where people have been dehumanized, absolutely, you're going to emulate that. So when I've had conversations with white supremacists as an African American woman, you can imagine that was interesting.
Hmm.
I came I had the conversation authentically. Like, help me understand why, a little bit of why you think the way you think. And where did that come from? And, where have you had examples of that? And where you have examples where your narrative doesn't make sense. And what's been really interesting is like in those conversations at the end, they've been productive. I didn't change their mind. They didn't change my mind. But the fact that we were able to have this civil and productive conversation. Many times the other individual would say, "You know what? I like you because I see you, like you're different." And I'm like, "Well, what if I'm not? What if I'm not different?" So what if you had more conversations like that and you realized it wasn't so much that you didn't like people's color of their skin, you really didn't like people's behavior or you didn't like, certain things. And so to collapse it to a full population. In actuality, you just don't like this. And that's happening across all races or all genders or all, citizenship, comma, comma, comma. And so I think that's what I mean with the onion. It's like, I have this insatiable curiosity. It's like, tell me a little bit more about like, tell me why you think that, or where did you hear that, and where have you seen that? And where have you not seen that narrative or you've seen examples where that wasn't true. And how did you reconcile with that when you had this really preconceived idea and then you're observing where it's not like, oh, I don't, wow, that doesn't even play to my narrative. What did you do with that? Did you just throw it out? Or does it still sit in the back of your mind that, there are some people that are in a population that I didn't think I wanted to have anything to do with that. Maybe I do.